Elijah, how you doing?
I'm doing great.
Hey, thanks for coming to visit with us today. Part of the Pinson Lectures here on campus. Did a great job and got a great lunch. A lot of folks that we share our newsletter with and email with may not know what the Baptist World Alliance is about. So tell me everything about the Baptist World Alliance in 10 seconds or less.
Well, Dr. Brotmeyer, it's an honor to be here on campus with you. Thank you for the great work that you and the Hardin-Simmons family is doing here and all around the world. The Baptist World Alliance was founded in 1905, but it draws upon 400 years of Baptist history. Our mission is to network the Baptist family to impact the world for Jesus Christ. And today, our Baptist family stretches to 134 countries, 53 million baptized believers, 175,000 churches.
That is a complex network. Now, I can imagine that not everybody gets along in that network, but you must be that grease that keeps the wheel running, I would assume.
Well, it's a joy to first of all say our focus has to be on Jesus Christ. He is the author and the perfecter of our faith. When we live in a world where there are 3 billion people who do not yet know Jesus, that's our call, to continue to share the gospel as boldly and as passionately as we can. We also live in a world where there's so much war and persecution. 25% of all the Baptists in the world live in the reality of war, persecution, and extreme hunger. So, Dr. Brotmeyer, this is where we try to keep our focus. How do we share the gospel with 3 billion people who've never heard? And how do we stand with the 1 out of every 4 Baptists who face war, persecution, and extreme hunger?
As you travel, and I know you travel extensively, I watch it's like, where's Walls? What do you see, especially in the youth, let's say from 13 to 25, in that age range, what do you see as the most concerning issue that you see, maybe not in previous generations? What are they missing? What is it that they desire? What are they looking for?
Well, there's a hunger among our youth today to make a difference and to be entrusted with leadership and opportunities, to use the skills, the gifting, the passions that they already have, but to watch that be cultivated and matured through mentorship, through education, through job opportunities, to live a life of dignity and meaning. There's a lot of places around the world where it's difficult to find a job, where it's difficult to find an education. And so those of us who are in places where we have those kinds of access, it's really our responsibility then to mature and to invest in the next generation. Dr. Brotmeyer, I often think as we're here on a university campus, many of these students will get married in the next decade. Many of them will have children. All of those children will live to see the year 2100. So the work that we're doing right now is about building towards the 22nd century.
Wow, I just aged right there. Thanks a lot. My hair got grayer. The need that's out there, you talked about 25% are under persecution, war, you name it. What is the responsibility, and I'm not talking about the church, I'm talking about the individual person. This is the starfish idea. What can you do for one starfish? What can one person even impact?
Well, first of all, we can always pray. I was in Nigeria one time and I met with a woman who'd been held captive by Boko Haram. Her story was really challenging. She talked about how she eventually escaped by climbing over a fence late at night with her children clinging to her back as she ran towards freedom. And I asked her at the end of that interview, I said, what would you like to communicate to the church around the world? And she said, would you let the people in the United States know that I pray they will never know the persecution that we've experienced here. Now, if there are people in Nigeria and around the world who are praying for us, we have an opportunity and even a responsibility to pray for them. The second thing we can do is every one of us has a voice. God has given every one of us a voice. Let's use that voice on behalf of peace and justice and gospel witness. Do you know the research says that for a U.S. congressman to take an issue seriously, they need to hear from 15 constituents. Just 15. So just imagine if you're with your Sunday school class, if you got together and said, this is an important issue for us, it'll be an important issue for your elected officials. So use the voice that God has given you.
I've often thought, and you reiterated something I was thinking, that we as an individual need to adopt a country, or churches need to adopt a country. Do you got that idea out there? Has that been practiced before?
We do, and actually this summer we're going to be launching a brand new initiative. Do you know that there are 1,159 languages in the world today that have no copy of the Bible in it at all? No Old Testament, no New Testament. Let's change that. In the next 10 years, could we work towards a reality where every person has a copy of God's Word in their heart language. Wouldn't that be awesome if we could celebrate John 3:16 in every language? And every one of us can make a difference. Now there's 1,159. Wouldn't it be wonderful if HSU adopted one of those languages and said, we're going to pray? We'll send students on a mission trip there. And what about every church? What about every family adopting one of those languages? So we look forward to sharing exactly how to do that as we roll that out this summer.
Okay, so you have a family, you and your wife have a family. Tell us a little bit about them so everybody knows.
Well, we've been married to my wife, Amy, for over 20 years now. It's a joy. We have 3 children, Hudson, who's 11, Sahara, who turned 10 on Sunday, on Easter Sunday, and Keziah, who is 8.
Okay, so you travel a lot. How much do you travel each year?
We try to limit it to about 100 nights a year. And so it is a challenge. We often say it's a whole family ministry. It takes our whole family. And so if you ever think of us, if you see something in the news, you can guarantee the Baptists are responding. If the Baptists are responding, you can guarantee the Baptist World Alliance is responding. And it's such an opportunity that I have to get to travel and to be involved in many of these things. But if you ever think of us, pray for my wife and pray for our children. I get to come and hang out with you and so many other awesome friends. They're at home living the everyday normal life.
Well, hopefully we'll get your kids back to Texas sometime because we want to make sure that they get the grit, resiliency, determination that Texans put in their kids.
Well, listen, I'm looking forward to coming back right here to Abilene in November and participating in the upcoming Baptist General Convention of Texas. Thank you, Hardin-Simmons, for helping host, and for Abilene for helping host this really significant gathering. And I know that there will be many across this platform who want to begin making plans now to come and be present here on campus and here for the Baptist General Convention of Texas. And during that BGCT the gathering, they very graciously asked if I would share one of the keynote messages where we're going to be talking about how all of us can collaborate together in an unprecedented way to pursue God's mission.
I'm excited. Well, thanks for coming in today, and thank you so much for the time that you spend away from your family. I pray that they'll be safe and they'll enjoy when you walk in the door when you go home.
Listen, we're in it together. We're in it together. God has called us to go and make disciples of all the nations. Let's do it.
That's good.